Welcome to the On Deck podcast presented by LineStar. I'm Shannon Sommerville here with Tyler Wiemann, ready to break down your daily fantasy baseball slate for today on this Thursday, September 15th. We have got 5 games on the slate for DraftKings and 6 games on the slate for FanDuel. So a little mini slate for us today in daily fantasy. We'll go over our projections and some of the high-owned guys that we expect for today and some lower-owned options for you as well. So that's what's on deck. Meanwhile, things are heating up. We've only got a couple weeks left in the season. So we got to give you a look at what's going on in Major League Baseball.
And update is the people think Aaron Judge is the MVP.
That is the update. That is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Thank you, people.
I don't think it is. Ohtani literally could have 200 strikeouts, a below 3 ERA, and 40 home runs.
It's all about that wins above replacement. You know what I'm saying? So to some MLB storylines for you. We've kind of talked about Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, that discussion that continues to be ongoing about who is the AL MVP. I'm sure there'll be much more talk about that over the next few weeks. The Astros likely to be the next team to clinch a postseason berth. In the NL East, though, things are heating up. Mets up by a half a game over the Braves, so things getting interesting there, especially since the Mets kind of seem to be collapsing a little bit. Yikes.
Yeah.
And in the AL Central, Guardians have won 6 straight. Lead the White Sox by 4 games for first place there. So, in the American League, this season, we have the 2 wild card spots this time. So we've got the Blue Jays that are currently in it, and the Mariners with the Rays are right there as well. In the NL, the Braves are up 10 games. So behind them jockeying for that second wild card spot is going to be your Padres. Phillies, Brewers, all within basically 2 games of each other.
It is interesting, too. I believe the Phillies and the Braves have a bunch of games against each other here coming up. So
yeah, all these teams are going to be battling it out.
Yeah.
That's why this is awesome to watch in September.
And the only thing the Angels have to talk about is Shohei Ohtani's MVP.
How sad is that for them?
It's crazy. I can't believe they're that bad.
Maybe, and Mike, he hits a home run every game. And
his streak ended yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, somebody posted the pitch chart of his at-bats, and it's like they just didn't pitch to him.
At all.
There was like 2 strikes out of a lot of pitches thrown at his way.
Come on. Gotta keep the streak going.
Yep, they didn't. They gave him Barry Bonds.
They didn't want a piece of that?
They're like, nope.
That's what I feel like might happen to Aaron Judge here down the stretch. I mean, if you're a pitcher, are you throwing to him at all?
It just depends on the situation.
Yeah. So, let's get to some daily fantasy for you today. Few weather notes, actually just one. Royals at Minnesota is a few light showers, mostly light though, so nothing that should be too impactful. That's something worth noting there. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, be sure to like this video if you're enjoying our content and subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with all of the latest videos that we have coming out, and even maybe sign up for notifications. We've got a lot of shows coming out this week, especially our NFL content. If you haven't already, check out our Thursday night football preview. We got a big one tonight. Chiefs, Chargers, baby.
Good game, too.
It's a great game, and man, AFC West showdown, so check out that video. We'll also have your prop bets shows for both Underdog Fantasy and PrizePicks, so be sure to sign up for notifications so you know when that comes out, because a lot of those props, they take them off every now and then, so you want to be right on top of it. We'll give you our 5 best bets on PrizePicks and on Underdog as well, so look for that tomorrow. And we'll also have your preview of Sunday slates of games for daily fantasy, and we'll also have some, some sports betting analysis in there as well. So just keep up with us here on our YouTube channel as well. Now let's get to it. Today's Chalk Report. First, we're going to be looking at our high-owned pitchers for today. First guy is Astros righty Lance McCullers going up against the A's. Projected ownership is about 42% on DraftKings, 38% on FanDuel. In just his 5th start since he spent the year basically recovering from a strained right flexor tendon, he pitched his best game yet, 2 earned runs in 7 innings, 6 strikeouts there. man, just what the Astros needed. Another great arm in their arsenal there.
Yeah, they are. They're good.
They're
good at baseball, that's for sure. But McCullers, we've talked about it literally all season long. Oakland versus righties. You know, he's a great pitcher. Oakland's not that good. The one thing is he doesn't have a ton of K upside, but none of the pitchers really do on this slate. Oakland's bad. McCullers is going to get the job, likely a win. And, he's probably the safest pitcher on the board.
Every time we talk about Astros pitchers, I just think about, everyone is so good. They're always in our high owned, it seems like. And the more I think about it, we talk a lot about the Dodgers and how they're crushing everybody and their run differential. They've already clinched. I actually think the Astros have a better shot than the Dodgers for a World Series title. How about you?
They have more of ace caliber pitchers than the Dodgers, I think. Urias is good. Kershaw obviously is good. Don't know if Gonsolin can do it in the postseason yet. Verlander.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The postseason tests all your pitchers.
Totally. You need a little bit more of that ace that you can count on. And, Houston probably has a little bit more.
Just a little interesting side conversation there as we get closer to October. Mets righty Carlos Carrasco is going up against the Pirates today. Of course, the Mets hoping they don't collapse and not make the postseason, although it's looking like they will. 42% is what we're projecting him on DraftKings, 28% on FanDuel, 3.80 ERA. Last game, he held the Marlins to just one earned run through 6 with 6 strikeouts. Today, going up against a Pirates team that, let's face it, the Pirates are a bit anemic at the plate.
They are. O'Neal Cruz has been heating up, though. He's been hitting the ball pretty well. But Carrasco, 5-star alert rating, 24% combined K rate's the highest on the slate. It is versus that poor Pittsburgh defense or offense. Of the high-owned pitchers, Carrasco is probably my favorite. He does have the most upside of the 3 guys, so he's probably the one that I would be rolling with here.
All right, well, another high-owned guy is Cardinals righty Miles Mikolas going up against the Reds today. 42% owned on DraftKings, 23% our ownership on FanDuel. Last game gave up 4 earned runs in 5 innings pitched to the Pirates team that we just talked about, how they're anemic at the plate except against Mikolas, I guess. Yeah. Game before allowed just 2 hits in 8 scoreless against the Cubs, so a little inconsistent. I looked a little closer, though. He does much better at home where this game is today.
Yeah, he is much better at home. We do have a 5-star alert rating on him, but it's a super low 18% combined K rate. He is very against another bad offense, but there's really just not much upside at where his price is. So I would be a little wary of going there. I would much rather go Carrasco and McCullers than Mikolas.
All right. Let's take a look at a low-owned option for you. I mean, not a lot to choose from, given it's a small slate.
Pitching's pretty bad on this slate, so...
All right, so JT Brubaker is a guy that you're looking at going up against the Mets. 14% is the projected ownership on DraftKings and 2% on FanDuel. 4.36 ERA, 2.64 opponent average. What stands out to you about Brubaker in this particular play from a daily fantasy perspective?
So like I've talked about, pitching on the slate is not very good. I probably wouldn't be going to him on FanDuel where it's only, one, you're picking one pitcher. But as an SP2 on DraftKings, I think he is interesting. The Mets are good. Mets are huge favorites today. But Brubaker's shown some flashes of being pretty good. He has a FIP of below 4, 23% K rate over his last 5. He has shown some success versus the Mets, too. 44 plate attempts. They're hitting 200 against him. And really, Brubaker has shown some similar numbers to the high-owned guys. He's just a lot cheaper. So he does have a little bit of a tougher matchup than them. But I could see you going there, getting away from some ownership and saving a little salary.
So maybe a play more for DraftKings than for FanDuel and kind of a fade option getting away from those high owned.
Exactly.
Guys. All right, let's take a look now at our team stacks for today. We'll start with the high-owned team stacks and where the field is headed. They're going to the Twins going up against Royals lefty Daniel Lynch, who has a 5.14 ERA, 2.89 opponent average, and he's been struggling lately. Last game, he got torched by the Tigers, 6 earned runs on 10 hits with 2 home runs. He's given up at least 4 earned runs in his last 3 starts. Man, everyone's getting to him lately, it seems. So the Twins in a good spot today.
They are. And overall, though, the Twins aren't great versus lefties. However, they have really got to Lynch. 72 plate attempts. They're hitting 323. But they only have an ISO of .092. So that is a little worrisome. They are obviously hitting him and getting on base, but they're not hitting him very hard. Lynch by no means is good, but he's also not totally awful. He can put some decent games together. You know, I like Minnesota in this spot. I don't love them, especially if the field's going there.
Right,
I don't really
if the
love
field
it.
is going there. The field's also going to the Astros, going up against A's righty James Caprillion. He's got a 4.79 ERA. Now, he hasn't pitched since late August. So he was scratched from his last start because of a cut on his finger.
Got a little boo-boo.
Suffered the injury while hitting his finger against the wall while putting on a shirt.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
But relatable. I mean, who hasn't stumbled a bit when you're in a rush, you know?
You know, I can honestly say I don't think I've ever hurt myself while putting on a shirt.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Have you?
No.
All right.
No, but I don't know. It's
Especially
kinda funny.
not when you're supposed to be like a coordinated professional athlete.
Do we think that's a lie? Do we think he just
Ooh.
maybe hit something in frustration?
Do we have a new conspiracy on the On Deck podcast? Did he
Yeah,
really
I have no
hurt
idea.
himself?
He probably did. I feel like that's just so ridiculous to make up that you hurt yourself putting on a shirt. So
Yeah.
I feel like it would be better to just say you hit a wall or hit the, I don't know.
Yeah. But anyways, he hasn't been that great of a pitcher. 5.3 FIP. He's giving up 63% of fly balls. And almost everyone in this lineup can hit a home run. And when you're giving up that many fly balls, it really spells danger versus a really good offense. We have a Vegas run total of 5, which is among the top on the slate. So I think you kind of got to like Houston here. If you get past him early, you have that bullpen, which isn't that great. So
You mentioned some rocky starts prior. He allowed a combined 13 runs on 14 hits and 7 walks across 8 1/3 innings against the Yankees and the Nationals. So, yeah, I would say the Astros are in a good spot today.
Yep.
Low owned for today, we're looking at the Cardinals going up against Reds righty Chase Anderson. Now, just 4 games on the year for him and just 9 innings in that span, but he has given up 9 earned runs in 9 innings this season. The first 2 games were actually versus the Cardinals, and he got absolutely shelled. He didn't last much more than an inning in each game, and he gave up a home run in each of those innings against the Cardinals. I'm surprised ownership isn't higher on the Cardinals today. Do you expect that to go up?
I think the only reason it's not higher is that the Cardinals are expensive.
Right.
So they are probably the most expensive stack on the slate for good reason. But Anderson's really bad. 39% hard contact, 9.6 FIP over his last 5 starts. And you talked about those 2 starts versus the Cardinals. He went a total of 2.1 innings, and the Cardinals scored 8 runs. So Cardinals have hit him well. I think their ownership will not be super low owned, but it's going to stay lower just because how expensive they are.
All right. Well, some lower, maybe cheaper owned stacks, Padres, D-backs, and you're kind of looking at both sides in this
Yes.
one. For the Padres, it'll be the lefty Sean Manaea. For the D-backs, it's going to be rookie righty Dre Jameson. So what's the play here for daily fantasy?
So I think you can stack either one or do a game stack. Hope this is the one game that really goes kind of nuts here. It is the highest game total of the day. Manaea has been terrible lately. Like Clevenger yesterday, who got crushed. We talked about that a little bit. And he's averaging 24 less points while away. And then you have Jameson, who is getting called up from the minors, who has a 6.95 ERA in the minors. Like,
nothing says you're ready for the bigs like a...
Yeah. He was in a hitter-friendly league, but still, like, it's almost a 7 ERA. Mm-hmm. So I think you got to like kind of both sides here. And Arizona's been hitting the ball decently. I like it.
That's going to do it for all of your daily fantasy analysis for today. Remember, all of that information, the stats, and the ownership information will be available on the LineStar app. Make sure to sign up today, linestarapp.com, $29.99 per month. And you'll also get the added feature of our new Props Edge tool, which will help you dominate those sports books and place those bets. Check out the link below, linestarapp.com. That's going to do it for us today. Good luck in daily fantasy and your prop bets. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Have a good one, guys. Make sure you also check out the NFL shows. Talk to you soon.